Recently, I have really been enjoying the show. I really had missed out on called Wrecked. So to break it down, the show is about a couple of passengers from a plane crash that suddenly find themselves stuck on a remote island they know nothing about. People are also labeling this as the comedy version of Lost, because just like Lost, it is about survival after all. But this show is mostly about the comedy of being stuck on an island working together with people you don't always like. Or as the case is in this show, sometimes you truly despise the people you are working with. During my time watching this show, it never failed to impress me, and although the second season wasn't maybe as good as the first and the third one, I will go as far as calling this the last great comedy show ever made. Because nowadays, there's always this agenda that you can't step on somebody's toes, and you're scared shitless to offend somebody. That is really not the case in this show. There is a lot of insults, and also the jokes they are throwing on here are also jokes that might step on somebody's toes. Of course, from the beginning to the ending, this show is very unrealistic, but I will also say it's highly creative, because it is the mental state of the characters that really makes this show funny. Because in one way or another, they are on the crazy side, and that's what makes this show at times insanely funny. The events that are playing out here, like Peck, the Indian guy, has to eat on another human to survive, when Daniel suddenly finds a hidden toilet on the island, or when the characters are arguing with a lot of heat. It is simply an act of brilliance how they managed to make that so entertaining and funny. Although it is hard to pick a favorite character in a show with so many likable characters, which is a rare case these days, because in most shows there's always at least one character you are not that crazy about. Anyways, if I had to choose, it is three guys I'm really fond about in the show. Those are Daniel, Owen, and Steve. The first two form a sort of strange relationship, where at times they seem to be friends, but some of the times they really seem to break up their relationship and become enemies. Daniel is a character that sort of is like the black sheep in his family, as the son of a billionaire, which are very much revealed in season 2, when a couple of pirates led by the Barracuda want to capture him for ransom money. He is this crazy character that I've seen every action movie ever. Owen is a flight attendant that lives in a car, as it is revealed in season 3, which is the cause of some seriously funny scenes between him and his love interest Florence. The third one, that might be my absolute favorite of the show, is the most peculiar and probably the funniest character of the show. Steve, as played by Rhys Darby, that you might know as the homeless guy in Guns Akimbo. There is a whole mockery of his voice because of his New Zealand accent and the way he goes totally crazy as the island leader in season 1. It is simply so priceless that it can't be described. Some of my favorite moments with him gotta be when Todd Florence and Emma tries to escape at the end of the first season. Suddenly he shows up, shoots Todd and says, "Nobody leaves my island." You can also see in a backwards look at his mental state when he is fired from his job and a boss cheats on his wife. And he shows up afterwards, threatening him with his gun. And you also have at the end of the third season, when he finds a bishop, a chess piece, that everybody is mocking him from picking up from Declan's place. But he knows that the piece will be put to use. And that the piece is actually put to use is simply one of the most priceless moments of the season, when he sticks the bishop in Declan's eye to survive. I really wish there could be more shows like this, where you don't pay too much attention to save people from insults, because for me, it is actually the insults that make comedy funny. Of course, this show is completely ridiculous, crazy, and unrealistic at times, but I also think it is quite unique, because a show like this today is highly impossible. Comedy has become way too sensitive, and I doubt we will see something like this again, but I really enjoyed the last great comedy show, and for me, it is a strong 7.